So let me know what you think down in the comments. This is obviously my personal opinion. Don't get offended by it. This is not to insult Hamza. It's simply so we can learn. I like to be analytical of everything around me in life, and it's simply so we can learn, so we don't replicate the same mistakes, right? So Hamza, 2 million subs, 2.2 million, some bullshit like that. Fucking crazy. Went from getting 500k plus views nearly every video to now only getting 100k, sometimes 70k. Big dip. And I've analysed this being a YouTuber myself and being in this space myself and wondered, what is it that caused him to go from what he was and then bam, take this dip? Granted, he's still doing well. But for what his standards were back then, he's dipped, he's dropped, right? Some may even say that he's fallen off. Hamza's fell off, right? Why is this? Now, there's two reasons. One of them is linked to the type of business model that he's chosen, which is obviously the YouTube side of things. And the other is more of a generalized, problem that will also apply to your life as well. First one is obviously YouTube. And the reason why I think he's fallen off in terms of the YouTube side of things is because he isn't actually going out there and living life anymore. And there's two reasons why I think this. I might be completely wrong, but it's just my, like I said, just my take, right? Number one is when he talks about his day-to-day routine, when he talks about his work and what it is that he does, he rarely ever mentions doing anything other than work. He's just, I wake up, I do this, I meditate or whatever, and works all day. That's basically what he says, right? Secondly, in that kind of space on YouTube, if all that you do is make videos all day and work all day, you're most likely at some point going to hit a barrier where you are just reciting the same stuff over and over again, which gets very repetitive and very boring for people that have already seen it. Human beings hate, well, I won't say they hate, but in terms of capturing their attention and retaining their attention, they don't really like to see things that they think they've already seen before. If I say something right now, and then I say the same thing again, I repeat myself, you're 10 times more likely to switch off and get distracted by something else than if every single word that I was saying was new and it was leading on to something that I haven't already spoke about in the same video. You understand what I'm saying? We're always curious about what's next. So if you're reciting the same thing over and over again, there's no curiosity and then there's no attention, hence why you fall off. So that's one reason. Secondly, I think because he's working all day, he's not actually going out there and living life. He's not actually doing things. And in order to actually have the knowledge to provide to the people you're trying to teach, you need to practice what you preach. You need to go out and do shit. You need to get yourself out of your comfort zone. You need to do something different. Now, this is why I don't really agree with Hamza's extremist mindset in terms of, the whole, just the mindset he preaches. Never do this. Don't ever take drugs. Never drink. Never use social media. This very extremist one way or another kind of mindset. Work all day. Don't go out partying. Don't go clubbing. If that's what you want to do, completely fine. But I think that has played a small part in his downfall in terms of his YouTube success because he's not doing anything else. You need to have a vast variety of experiences. You need to have gone from both bad and good sides of the spectrum to understand something fully. If all you do is work all day, how are you going to have any experiences to actually talk about? How are you going to have any lessons or life lessons or mistakes? How are you going to ever do anything bad that you could possibly learn from that then you could teach to your boys? How are you going to do that if all that you do all day is work? If you stay in one lane for your whole life and you never experience anything else because you're tunnel visioned and your ego almost gets in the way and you think, nope, this is the right way of doing things, then you're never going to learn anything else. You're never going to have a well-rounded mindset on anything else. It's just, this is how I do things. This is it. This works for me. I'm going to do it for the rest of my life. Because we love that certainty as human beings. And I think Hamza's fell into this trap a little bit. Again, I might be wrong. Maybe he's just focusing more on his Adonis business, Adonis school, whatever he calls it, than the YouTube. Maybe, but I see him doing a lot of daily uploads recently that are not really getting any views. Now, I'm not really one to talk, of course, but I like to analyze things so I can prepare myself if I'm ever in a similar situation, okay? And you can do the same thing. Second reason why I think this is just a negative, and you can learn from this as well, is you have to have balance. The same thing with the extremist mindset of all he does is work all day, all he does is, the productive discipline, do the hard work when you don't feel like it every single day. By the way, I'm not mocking him, but that mindset is very toxic for young men. It's very toxic for anyone. You have to do this every single day. And if you do anything else, if you Have balance, then you're never going to be successful. If you eat the chocolate bar, you're never going to be successful. If you miss meditation, then you're fucked. You're never going to be successful. It's this extremist mindset that's so negative. So negative. I remember there was a period where he said, oh, I'm not drinking. I'm never going to drink because, you know, it's instant gratification. And then as soon as he'd drink, his fans would all start hating on, oh, Hamza, bro, what is wrong with you? That's what life's about. Balance. And the fact that he's not taking any time out of his life to actually enjoy the fruits of his... Maybe he is, again, I don't know him, but from what I've heard, from what he speaks about, and from the way he portrays himself to the internet, this is all I can, you know, read off of, I guess you could say. He doesn't take any time to actually enjoy the fruits of his labour, to actually do anything else different from his normal routine. He likes routine so much to the point where it's actually become his detriment to his channel. Right? Because enjoyment... doing other things, and when I say enjoyment, I don't mean eating takeaways, eating donuts, going out boozing. It doesn't have to be this stuff. Just doing something else other than your normal routine is the prerequisite to maintaining that routine. So let me give you a concise example of what I mean by that. If you had a drop shipping business, for example, and all you did every single day was work on the drop shipping business because, oh, I'm trying to be a millionaire, I'm trying to make money, and all you did every day was drop shipping, you'd find a point, and it's not burnout. Burnout isn't real as long as you're healthy, and that's what I'm going to talk about in a second. You'll find a point where you hit a wall where you feel, very demotivated to do the work anymore. It's almost like you can't be bothered. And even when you do the work, because you're disciplined and you're going to do it anyway, even when you do the work, you don't get it done to the quality or standard that you used to. And this is when naturally you start to fall off. And this can happen to anyone, financially, influential in terms of your, YouTube side of things. You can fall off in any realm of life. And it sounds counterintuitive because it's like, well, if I do something for so long, surely I should be getting better at it. If I do dropshipping every single day, all day, every day, surely I should be getting so good at dropshipping that it's going to be very easy for me to make $1 million, right? Simple law of the universe, yin and yang, the law of polarity, the law of balance. You have to have other things. Yes, granted, if you did dropshipping all day, every single day, and that's all you did, you're going to improve. But if you want to sustain that and maintain that improvement that you've made, you have to balance it out with other things. And I don't think Hamza's doing this. I think he's staying YouTube, gym, reading, girlfriend all day, every single day. That's all he's doing. And if he's happy, fair enough. But I think you actually have to balance out with different things, different experiences, different, life that you've never had before, you've never experienced. Go to different places, try new things, fuck up, make mistakes. You know what I mean? Do some things that are a bit dangerous, a bit risky every now and then. Not telling yourself to put yourself in any dangerous situations, but just try things. Because if you get so stuck on one routine, one way of doing things, and you never actually branch out and try anything else, not only do you become a very boring individual, but also you become so sick of doing the same thing over and over again that you start to feel that really strong urge, that really strong feeling of demotivation, that really strong feeling of, I just don't know what it is, but I can't do the work as well as I used to do. I'm just washed. You know what I mean? I'm just shit at it now and I don't know why. The reason for that is because it's not a break. I hate using that word because people take it in the wrong way. You don't need a break from it. You can still do the same thing every single day for the rest of your life if you wanted to, but you have to have other experiences as well. So I do the YouTube and I upload a video every single day, without fail, every single day. I work every single day. I work out every single day. I'm doing something productive every single day that is part of my routine, right? The difference is I also have other experiences on top of that. So neither one of them get bland because your body and mind adapts to everything. If I just sat down and recorded YouTube videos every single day, and that's all I did, it would get boring. I'd become so accustomed to it that it would lose its novelty and it's very hard to sustain it if that happens. So the way that you become appreciative of what you've got and also then capitalize on it is by doing other things, trying other things, enjoying life a little bit, going out there and doing things away from work so you can come back and you have a fresh perspective. You enjoy it because you've been away from it for a while. If I spend the weekend at my girlfriend's house, I don't record videos at my girlfriend's house. I still do work, I still do my community posts, my coaching calls, but I don't record videos. When I get back to my house, I'm on it. I've recorded like 8 in a row right now. Absolutely on it, because I look forward to it then. Whereas if I just did videos every single day and that's all I ever did ever, it would become boring. I would fall off eventually, because I'd stop putting so much effort and appreciation and energy into it, the same that I'm doing right now. You get me? So just a little food for thought. Maybe I am completely off the mark. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know. It's just my opinion. And I like to analyze and you know, try and avoid that same mistake myself. And I think the best way you can do this in terms of your business, in terms of anything, is have balance. Do different things. Now, there's nothing wrong with a routine. I have a routine myself. I stick to it every single day. But I also, alongside that routine, I have other things that I do. I spend time with my girlfriend. I go and just chill out and watch Netflix every now and then. I allow myself these times where I go on night outs and just drink booze, because it's these different realms of experience that I experience through life that keeps me joyful, it keeps me sustained, it keeps me motivated to just be alive and living. Right? A lot of people get lost in life. They get into. I'm gonna wrap it up. Don't worry. This is gonna be some game though. The reason why you feel lost, the reason why you feel purposeless, the reason why you feel disconnected from life is because you're not experiencing it. You're doing the same shit every day. Life is about experiences. You are here to live, not to just sit and think, not to just sit and do the same repetitive thing you've already experienced. You've done that. You've had the experience of that. You know what it's like. So try something else alongside that. This is nice because it works for you and it gets you money, right? Keep doing it then, but don't make it all that you do. Try something else every now and then, because that keeps the novelty and the joy and the excitement of being alive, of being human and experiencing different emotions and different things. That keeps it alive. You understand? Coaching's down below. Sexual mastery is down below. Look after yourself and I'll see you soon. Boom.